There are things most people don't know about me. 1, I love running. 2, I try to speak simply and get to the point. 3, I set goals. Really hard to accomplish goals. 4, I never stop until they're done.
Authorized by the Ontario Liberal Party.
I believe there's a power in being positive. And I try to let people see that in me. I'm not unrealistic. I know we're facing challenges all over the province. But I also know we'll never get anything accomplished if we think it can't be done.
Authorized by the Ontario Liberal Party.
I don't believe leaders should hide behind ugly personal attack ads or peddle untruths about their opponents. And I don't believe voters like it either. I do believe if you have something critical to say about your opponent's record, it should be about facts, and you shouldn't be afraid to stand by what you say. Tim Hudak and the Conservatives don't support Labour in this province. That's a fact. His plan is to drive down wages by weakening unions. In short order, he's promised to fire 10,000 education workers and cut billions from our health care. He'll cancel job-creating partnerships with business. And he voted against a plan to create jobs for youth. All of this is on the record, and all are exactly the wrong ideas for our economy if Ontario is to create opportunity for people. If Tim Hudak wants to play politics, that's his choice. My focus is on doing what's right for the people of this province. That's what leadership is. I'm Kathleen Wynne, and I stand behind this message. There's a conventional wisdom that says leaders shouldn't involve themselves in negative ads. Well, I would never condone a personal attack on my opponents. But I believe if you're going to criticize their policy and record, you should stand by what you say. Unlike the NDP, I believe in order to create jobs, business, small and large, needs to be a trusted partner of government, just like Labour needs to be. The last time the NDP were in office, 1 out of 8 of us was on welfare. We just can't afford to go back to that. I believe in facing difficult decisions and investing in roads, bridges, and transit. But the NDP rejects a realistic plan to do that because it's not politically safe. And they won't support an Ontario retirement pension plan. This is not about politicking. It's about finding ways to do what's in the best interest of the people of this province. To me, that's what leadership is. I'm Kathleen Wynne, and I stand behind this message.
Can you guarantee us tonight that your pledge to protect health care will mean that you will not close hospitals?
No, certainly I can guarantee you, Robert, that it is not my plan to close hospitals.
Tim, this morning Kathleen Wynne is in Walkerton. Is that one of the things that you're going to have to cut as part of your austerity measures?
Well, look, that's not part of our plan.
Every nickel of savings that is found in healthcare will be returned to the healthcare system.
Any dollars that we save in the healthcare envelope are reinvested in healthcare.
Andrea Horwath claims to stand up for the real people of Ontario, but here's what she just said no to. Help for families with an increased Ontario child benefit, securing your retirement with an Ontario pension plan, investments in roads, bridges, and transit to make your commute easier, a $2.5 billion plan to help create new jobs. So Ontarians have every right to ask, is Andrea Horwath for real? I'm Kathleen Wynne, and I stand behind this message. I believe government should be a force for good in people's lives. So my plan is about creating jobs, investing in much-needed roads and transit, and providing fair pensions. Tim Hudak wants to make classrooms more crowded, cut teachers in healthcare, and somehow make our economy grow by firing 100,000 people. Those are the choices in this election. I want to build Ontario up, not tear it down. That's what leadership is.
Kathleen Wynne and Dalton McGuinty. Nothing has changed. She co-chaired his campaign, overseeing staff who called the shots on the power plant cancellation. She signed a key document authorizing the cancellation, claiming the cost of canceling was $40 million, but knew it would be higher. Almost $600 million and counting.
This was a political decision. It was a political decision.
Under Wynne, expect reckless overspending and higher taxes. Nothing is going to change. Authorized by the Ontario PC Party.
Meet the union leaders who run the so-called working families. It spends millions of dollars on negative TV ads about why Ontario PCs shouldn't be elected. But there's a reason these men hide behind the name Working Families. Because it looks like this organization that tries to scare women from voting PC is actually run by old white men. Working Families. Male, pale, and stale. Find out more at workingfamiliesexposed.ca.
Here in Ontario, we've lost 300,000 manufacturing jobs. 1 million people this weekend will look forward to a Monday with no job to go to. In my heart, I know that we can do better than this. We've done it before. We've dusted ourselves off. We've ushered in a new era of prosperity. We will fulfill the great promise of the extraordinary province of Ontario, that the next generation does better than the one before it, that there's a brighter future for our kids, and Ontario is going to rise again. So here we stand at a moment of truth for our great province. It's a time of challenge, but it's also a time of hope. And we have hope because we have a choice of new solutions or more problems, a choice of progress or further decline. We have all that it takes to make Ontario the best place to find a good job, to start your career, to build a family. And I will not ask the people of this province to vote against the other leaders, but to vote for a plan for a better Ontario.
I'm a tool and die machinist.
I'm a professional chemical engineer.
A certified welding inspector.
And I want to work.
I want to work.
I want to work.
And we're facing a jobs crisis in the province of Ontario. There are 1 million people out of work. Isn't it time to try a new and different track to put people back to work and Ontario back in business?
A working Ontario is a better Ontario. Get the plan at millionjobsplan.com. Authorized by the CFO of the Ontario PC Party.
Kathleen Wynne can't run away from her scandals. You are looking at 10 years of Liberal mismanagement. Liberals wasted billions on e-health, Orange, canceling gas plants. Liberals gave public CEOs huge bonuses, outrageous salaries. This waste happened while Wynne raised the price of hydro rates. Wynne called job losses a myth and voted against the NDP's job creation plan. Kathleen Wynne has a record of mismanagement, billions wasted, high unemployment, no relief for the middle class, and broken promises. Aren't you ready to put the Liberals in a penalty box? Vote Andrea Horwath, NDP. It's time for a change that makes sense.
I grew up in Hamilton. My dad was an immigrant and my mom's family lived here for generations. We did okay. My family worked every job we could get. My brothers and sister and I, we worked hard. That's what our family did. My mom had to pinch every penny. She had to watch every dime, but we did all right. I paid my way through university as a waitress, working in restaurants. And when I finished, I decided I needed to give back. So I spent time working as a community organizer in a legal clinic. When my city hit hard times, I became a city councillor. And I worked hard to get jobs back, to support our downtown and revitalize it again. To make sure the neighborhoods had schools that the kids could go to. We'll get a stronger Ontario by standing up for the middle class, getting the bills down, making life more affordable, getting jobs for people so that they have hope for the future. New Democrats are going to protect your tax dollars and invest them in your priorities because that's what makes sense.